I've killed before, but this time, I think I liked it. Chisato's voice, bright and melodic as ever, bounced off the rusting steel walls like a broken music box tune, off-key, cheerful, and absolutely horrifying. The training facility groaned around them, as if it remembered every bullet, every scream, every child soldier that bled into its cracked concrete floors. It stood in the middle of a dead field, fenced with barbed wire long collapsed into rusted tangles, forgotten even by the department that built it. To the world, it had never existed, but it remembered them. The walls were streaked with age, their gray skeletons smeared with the brown fingerprint patterns of ancient blood, faded graffiti in children's handwriting. Do good, stay alive. Some of it scrawled backward, as if etched by shaking hands seen through a mirror. Bullet holes pocked every corridor like infection sores. And deeper within, screens, ancient CRTs, flickered in and out of life, showing static, then fragments of girls being trained, tortured, crying, smiling. The recordings looped and looped until their faces blurred into a horrifying mosaic of innocence devoured. Chisato Nishikigi twirled a rusted training pistol in her gloved hand as she leaned against a dented console. Her smile was unnaturally wide. Let's play something fun. Truth or dare? Takina Inoue stood silent. Her eyes drifted to the rows of shattered screens and the hollow corridors behind them. Something in the air, the sterile taste of formaldehyde and ash, clung to the inside of her throat. This place is wrong, she muttered, her voice clipped but trembling. Yeah, Chisato giggled. That's what makes it perfect. Their mission had ended earlier than expected, an extraction botched by a communication breakdown. They were told to hold position until evacuation. They had no signal, no clock, and worst of all, no way to tell how long they had to wait. Chisato activated one of the consoles on a whim, pressing buttons like a child at an old arcade machine. The screen flashed. Initiating Project Red Doll. A dull thump echoed from somewhere beneath them. The air grew colder. Truth, Takina whispered. Chisato didn't even pause. Okay, why did you hesitate during the mall firefight? The words came like a slap. Takina's jaw twitched. I saw a girl. She looked like... Her voice cracked. Me, when I was little. Silence. Then, mechanical laughter burst from the speakers. It wasn't human. Warped, sped-up audio clips of young girls laughing, all layered into something nauseating. Round 2 initiated. Dare. Fire at the shadow in the east corridor. Immediate execution required. A spotlight beamed down on a hallway entrance. At its far end stood a motionless silhouette, a humanoid figure in stillness. Chisato handed Takina a weapon, muzzle still warm. You want to break the rules? She said, tone syrupy. You don't want to know what happens if you say no. Takina aimed. She hesitated, then fired. The shape convulsed, flesh rippling grotesquely, and exploded with a spray of gore and pink mist. A rabbit, white fur matted with cybernetic stitching, tumbled to the ground, headless. Its twitching tail was rigged with wires. Takina dropped the weapon and retched. Chisato just clapped. Now it's my turn. The next screen lit up. Dare. Walk blindfolded through Sector C. Turrets activated. I used to train here, she said, voice a whisper as she fastened the blindfold. They made us do this all the time, said it taught us to feel death. She stepped into the long chamber, and with a hiss of steam, the old turret screeched to life. Takina screamed for her to stop. The first bullet tore through Chisato's coat, not rubber. Blood sprayed against the far wall. Another clipped her leg. She staggered forward, laughing, stumbling, hands reaching in the dark. By the time she made it out, she was soaked in crimson, her white uniform hanging off her in ribbons. She collapsed, giggling, wheezing through bloodied teeth. I win! Takina tore the blindfold off her. You're insane, Chisato grinned. You still want to play? Round 5. Truth. Takina blinked. Who's controlling this place? The lights dimmed. The answer came from the wall itself. A female voice, mechanical, yet disturbingly gentle. You are. You always have been. You just didn't remember. The room spun. Takina's eyes snapped wide. She stumbled backwards, heart pounding like a drum in her ears. Flashes came, memories not hers, bleeding into her vision. Herself, years younger, strapped to a table, doctors with no eyes, a mirror reflecting someone else's face, screaming in a voice that wasn't hers. "Stop!" she shouted. Chisato's smile finally faded. "I remember it now too," she whispered. "Project Red Doll. They wanted to fracture us, make weapons. You and me, we weren't partners. We were opposites, triggers for each other, tests. Final round. Dare. Kill the one you trust most." 30 seconds. A spotlight snapped on above them. A weapon materialized from the floor. Black metal. Loaded, primed. Chisato picked it up with shaking hands. Her face had gone white. Her lips quivered. "Don't run," she whispered. Takina didn't. She walked forward, chest heaving, eyes locked onto Chisato's. "You're not going to do it." "I don't want to," Chisato muttered, lowering the gun. "But I have to." The walls pulsed red. The voice returned. 10 seconds. "Shoot me," Takina whispered. "If this ends it, shoot me." Chisato screamed. Her hand pulled the trigger. The sound was thunder. Takina's body hit the ground with a wet crack. Blood sprayed across the floor, painting the broken tiles like shattered roses. She gasped, still alive. Chisato dropped the gun, fell to her knees beside her, hands trembling violently. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." Her fingers pressed to the wound, trying to stop the flood of warmth. Takina's lips twitched. "I trusted you," she murmured. The speakers crackled. Simulation successful, psychological deviation complete. The doors slid open, footsteps echoed in. Boots, slow, deliberate. A man in a black coat stepped inside. His eyes were lined with data read interfaces. His smile was tight and wrong. "Chisato," he said, "you passed, better than expected." She stared at him, tears streaking her blood-covered cheeks. "What are you talking about?" "You were the test," he said softly. "We wanted to know if you'd break, if Project Red Doll had truly failed, but you pulled the trigger. That means it worked." Chisato looked down at her hands. The blood, the warmth of it. Takina's warmth fading, her voice cracked. "You used us." "Yes." Chisato stood, face hollow. "Then I'll use you too." She leapt, hand seizing the gun. The blast blew half his skull across the wall. Blood poured like oil. Takina groaned from the floor, eyes fluttering. "Don't stop!" Chisato turned, picked her up. "I won't," she whispered. The building trembled. Fires broke out from the consoles. Sirens wailed in distorted children's voices. They limped into the hallway. Doors slammed shut behind them. One final screen flickered to life as they passed. Simulation resetting. Next subject. Inoue. Takina. The screen glitched, showing a child's face. Crying. Screaming. Morphing into Takina's. Then into Chisato's. Then both. They didn't look back. The sun had gone black by the time they reached the surface, and the ground still echoed with one final message, looping eternally in the void below. Truth or dare?